Rusty is born to two paint horses, black and white, and he comes out orange, and he can't do the things that spotted paint horses do because he is a solid paint, but he figures out what his gifts are that don't have anything to do with his color. Hi, I'm Mary Fitchner with Rusty's Remuda children's book series. My daughter and I did a Western children's book series together. I wrote all the words in rhyme, and she has done all the illustrations in watercolor. She's a student at the University of Wyoming in the art education program. And I'm just going to give you a little rundown on each of our books, and hopefully you'll go to our website and look them over and see if there's anything you would like. I am excited to announce today the release of book number 9, which is called Wrong Color Rusty. We chose to do the story of his birth and where he came from as one of the last books, sort of like the Star Wars theme. And I just honestly can't believe the timing of this message. So Rusty is born to two paint horses, black and white, and he comes out orange, and he can't do the things that spotted paint horses do because he is a solid paint, but he figures out what his gifts are that don't have anything to do with his color. So this is a really great book. The next one is called Rusty Under the Western Skies. It received the 5-star Reader's Favorite Award, and it's all about how Rusty dances in his pasture in a storm instead of going in the barn. It has metaphors about how storms sound and smell and look and feel, and it has a meadowlark on every page. The kids love to find that. The next one is Rusty Goes to Frontier Days. We live in Cheyenne, so we love Frontier Days, and Rusty goes along with his cowboy for the day, and he competes in the steer wrestling and watches all of the other events and goes to the parade, and it's a great day of celebration. And the cow dog goes along also because he doesn't want to be excluded, and the kids love to find him on every page. Next up, we have Rusty and his saddle. This one has a great lesson about how what we wear is not as important as our character. Rusty's saddle is older and needs repair, and the other horses have trophy saddles and swanky saddles. But he outworks them, and they learn all about good character in the end. This one also has the Code of the West in the back, which Wyoming was the first state to write into their legislature, and we highlight those attributes on each page. Well, the cow dog does that for us. Next, we have Rusty and the Pot of Gold. Rusty and his cowboy decide to see if there is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So they run through every single color on the way to get there. And of course, when they get there, they realize there is no pot of gold. But they realize the landscape they live and work in is the treasure. So it's all about counting your blessings. Then we have Rusty and the River. This book was chosen to represent Wyoming at the National Book Festival in Washington, D.C., and it's all about everything that goes on at the river. All the animals that live there, all it provides for Rusty, all the landscape, and everything that we love about the river. We have Rusty's Cowboy. This story is all about the cowboy. All of the reasons and meaning and traditions behind all of his garb and all of the things that he does. His buckle, his boots, his spurs, his horse, his rope, and all of those awesome things about the cowboy. We have two about our mini horse named Thunder, who we call the smallest war horse. And we call him that because he has all sorts of battles in his head, like we all do. He's a lot smaller than the big horses, obviously, and in this story, he lives with Clydesdales. So he really struggles with his size. He wants to be big like them and do everything that they do. But in the end, he learns what his gifts are, and his uniqueness and what he can do that they can't do. This one also received the 5-star Reader's Favorite Award. And lastly, we have the Waiting Battle of Thunder, the Smallest Warhorse. This is all about waiting for things, which personally I don't like either. He always seems to get to the back of the line or forgotten or sort of shoved aside. But in the end, he figures out one thing that he's first at, which teaches him that there's always a blessing in the wait. So we hope you'll check out our books today at rustysremuda.com. Let me know if you have any questions. The reading age is between about 3 and 10, although we always read to our babies. So thank you so much for listening.